What is going on YouTube? Hitter back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Cardano. We're going to be skipping Litecoin in today's episode as I don't think we're going to have enough time. We're also going to be looking at the S&P 500. So yesterday we discussed the very interesting movement as most of the cryptocurrencies decided to break through what appeared to be their descending fractal, forming a bullish break and a run to the upside, which basically allowed us to close higher than our prior high, which is, in other words, starting to what I believe is a bullish move to the upwards direction, maybe even coming back to retesting some all-time highs. So in today's video, we are going to continue to see how much higher we have to go, the necessary movements and things we have to consider when investing into the market. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can DM me over there. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. Alright guys, so as you can see, I'm on the current coin market cap. I'm going to give a quick refresh, but you can see most of the cryptocurrencies at a whole are still consolidating. They're slightly moving up. I mean, most of the major altcoins and cryptos from maybe the top 5 aren't really moving that much at all. Maybe 2 or to maybe 4% at most. And then the altcoins below here like XRP, Litecoin, Chainlink, Bitcoin Cash, and some of the other smaller cryptos are definitely pumping much harder than the original ones that have most of the major volume. That might be because we saw a bigger run in yesterday's movements, or it's just because we're a little bit slower right now. But I do want to show you some very key factors and things to look out for, as yesterday I had a lot of questions concerning if we are in a bullish or bearish scenario, things of that nature. So to start, here's where my head's at and what I'm thinking. So as for XRP as of yesterday, I mean, we had this like this just a little bit, which really isn't that necessary. I just moved it up ever so slightly, a tweak. And you can see XRP for today has still yet to break through its top resistance. There's still a major resistance that we are currently battling right here. This is vital. This is a vital level for the coin. Obviously, if this coin doesn't decide to break to the upside, it's obviously one of two ways. There's one of two ways which we're going to see the coin decide to pump. You can see it just like this. Once again, this is the resistance. We can either correct to the downside like this or swing to the upside like this. It's going to happen in one of two ways, and this is pretty much probably the last day we're going to figure out which direction we're going to move to. So obviously we have to use other key indicators and other altcoins to pretty much gauge which direction the market looks like it wants to head, and I think I have a pretty good idea of which way it's going to be moving to. But really what I'm understanding is there's a good chance and a higher chance of seeing the market actually, swing back to this top resistance than we do have of correcting lower. If again today's candle doesn't break below here, there's a good chance we might see the market swing to the downside, and we're going to have to short this market lower. Vice versa, if we do decide to close the daily above this downtrend right here, we're probably going to see a pop to 49 cents, and then I would believe all the way up to 53 cents on the coin. Now, zooming on to the daily, if this would like to load, as it just loaded literally 5 seconds ago, and now it seems like it doesn't want to, which is just amazing. There's a really good chance we're going to see that swing to the upside. I'm not really sure why this doesn't want to load, and that's unfortunate. But looking at these other altcoins, this is what I wanted to talk about as well. So for Ethereum right now, what I'm starting to notice is we did have this pop, and this is in the general direction that we wanted the coin to move to. There is going to be this swing that we saw all the way up to here, and I still think the coins are looking more bullish than bearish right now, especially when you look at Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Cardano. Cardano right now looks really good, and I do believe it's priming for what could be another pop to the upside. You can see Cardano really every time it decides to, trend on this uptrend right here, the coin likes to swing up higher, and there's a very good chance we're going to see that today into tomorrow. So I'm really leaning towards a more bullish scenario where we could see Cardano swing back up and maybe come back to retest, I would say, $1.42, or maybe its all-time high at $1.47 in the next couple of days. So I'm really starting to predict that we're gonna see a swing to the upside here. So until we see this, I'm gonna stay fairly confident of just the consolidation happening right now. So obviously it goes both ways within Cardano and with a lot of these altcoins like we've discussed. Obviously it's a waiting game right now. A lot of other people are just buying in and going in blindly, which doesn't seem to be the best scenario. for a conservative trader, especially because I've been doing this for like 4 years. Mainly the reason we're going to wait right now is to see obviously one of two things. Coin has in the past broken below its uptrend and fallen to its moving average here, but it's also hugged this and then eventually pumped higher. So really what we're waiting for is to see one of two things again. Are we going to swing back down to its moving average right here, or is the coin going to bounce off here and head up higher? How do we know this? Is whether or not we're going to close a 4-hour coin channel below this resistance, or below this support, and immediately see a swing to the downside, or if we stay above here, there's a good chance we're going to see some lift off. Now, I do just want to refresh TradingView once again, as I'm not entirely sure as to why this wasn't giving me, wasn't loading in. Here we go. This is perfect. All right, great. So now we have XRP on the daily, which is what I wanted to talk about as well. The other thing I'm starting to notice is this uncertainty doji forming right here. You can see it's right at the neckline where this downtrend is, and this is coming in with enough uncertainty where there's a good chance we could see that pop that we're looking for, which would swing us up to 53 cents. So it's really a waiting game right now, but I do believe there is going to be a big volume move. And the other reason why I believe that XRP isn't going to tumble lower is because it's being supported right now by its daily moving average. This moving average has held the coin up for quite a bit. It's also acted as a major resistance on the coin. So the fact that we've been consolidating, oops, what just happened? The fact that we've been consolidating on this level for quite some time now gives me enough reason to stay more bullish than bearish. So I do believe we are going to see in the next couple of hours, if today's candle can close above here, we might actually see the coin swing up to 46 cents and then maybe close tonight's candle. And if we do so, then there's a good chance tomorrow we're going to start to fill this gap right here, which is between 47 and 53. So I do believe the target for the next couple of days, maybe the first week into March, would be closer to what I would believe is 54 cents on the coin. And then I do believe the other altcoins are going to start to see some bigger movements as well. So I'm going to pull up Ethereum on the daily. You can see the uncertainty here, but regardless, we broke the downtrend, and this is going to hopefully allow us to start swinging higher. So I do believe we are going to start to see the coin maybe consolidate out a little bit, but then eventually start to slowly move back up. And what I would believe is probably a target closer to 1835. Hopefully this marked the bottom of the resistance and the downtrend, and hopefully it found its bottom price floor, and it's going to use this to slowly start to create higher lows, and will eventually start to retest the all-time high. The same thing applies itself with Bitcoin. This is the same reason I had thought with Ethereum. Ethereum is kind of having a little bit of resistance right here. Bitcoin, you can see where its resistance level is. We do have this sideways resistance, and you can see where it's battling this right now. But even though it's still battling this right now, the fact that we were able to break through this downtrend here, we had day after day after day of just this correction and this reversal to the downside. The fact that today we're slowly, yesterday we actually broke above here and found our bottom support, it gives me enough belief that we're probably going to start to see the coin start to create a different uptrend, where the prices are slowly going to start to see some sort of movement like this, where we create these higher low formations and eventually start to retest the all-time high. Cardano looks amazing as well. Like we said, I'm going to zoom out to the daily. You can see right here, uptrend looks amazing. We're bouncing off bottom support here. We're holding on to the uptrend extremely well, even with the wicks. And the fact that there's a good chance today we're going to close above this resistance allows me to believe the coin is going to start to slowly pull back to the upside here. How do we capitalize off that? We can use Bityard. I've been using this for quite some time now. And I did link them in the description if you are interested. But the other key factor of this right now is you can see that we do have these moving averages hanging out right here. We beautifully bounced off the 40-day moving average, which was incredible just the other day on Bitcoin. You can see where we've used it as a means of support in the past. You can see where we've bounced off of here and eventually flipped over, where the price actually went above the 5 and 10-day moving averages. I do believe the same thing is going to happen soon for Bitcoin right now, which would lead us to swinging back up to the all-time high. So it may take a couple of days. It may definitely take a couple of days, but short term, I mean within maybe the next week, we should be able to see that flip, and we should start to create those higher lows and eventually come closer to retesting all-time highs. So the 40-day moving average will probably slowly swing up like this, leading itself into March 7th and 8th. The moving averages here are eventually going to come closer like that, and I do believe that the price itself is going to flip above and start using it as a means of support. So I do believe we are going to break through this resistance. It might not be today. Today might close above here, but I do believe in the next couple of days, maybe holding on for the next, maybe I'd say 6 or 7 days, we should be able to see the price swing back above, and then start to head up higher. This is a good run yesterday. The second we saw confirmation of the prices swinging up, we found the bottom support. We invested for a long position, which we've talked about on Patreon as well as Discord, and we capitalized off some of this run. Not the whole thing, because we didn't anticipate the whole thing, but we ran this up and we knew to get out once we started to hit the top resistances here. And that was a pretty easy play, very easy to take advantage of. Otherwise, it's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Like I said, short term next week, I would consider us to be fully bullish. I do believe we're going to be using this uptrend on Cardano to help swing the price back up. We can probably see today's price close where we currently are. Tomorrow we'll probably open for a swing back to about $1.42. As for Bitcoin, Bitcoin is hitting this slight resistance here, but I do believe we are going to create these higher lows and eventually break up and retest the all-time high once again within March. Same thing goes with Ethereum. Ethereum very much following Bitcoin. We should see the same movement. And XRP right now is pretty much on a consolidation standpoint. I do believe you're going to see some higher prices in the very near future within the next couple of days. As you know, we are obviously using the daily moving average as a means of support, which will allow the coin to swing up higher. But you can see on the 4-hour where we're having a little bit of uncertainty. I can slide this just like this. You guys can understand what I'm referring to. I do believe with this uncertainty, we are going to be able to hopefully break this downtrend. XRP, unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano, have an uptrend where we're able to break through the prior low. XRP has not been able to do so. It's actually having a little bit of trouble, and it's balancing off this downtrend. So we need to see the daily confirmation close above this descending fractal for us to switch bullish. XRP is a little bit more held back than the other cryptos, but until we see that flip bullish, I am leaning more towards this to happen, but we have to just be patient. I'm just waiting for the confirmation for XRP to either flash us above this downtrend or to close below and eventually start to see a flip to the downside where we'll now set a newer low, because right now all we're doing is setting lower highs and higher and lower lows, and that is forming this bearish fractal. So we're waiting for the confirmation. This is a vital key point in the coin right now. We need the confirmation. We need the coin to at some point flip bullish, which is where I'm leaning more towards, because we're using this support on the moving average to push the price up. You can see for the past 4 or 5 days now, we've been consolidating above this, and hopefully today we can actually break through there, create a higher low, and start the reversal back up to the upside. Otherwise, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Definitely make sure to subscribe. Huge thank you to everybody that has subscribed already. We broke through 30,000 subscribers on our way to 40, 50, and then eventually 100,000. But once again, definitely make sure to subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notifications. Leave a giant thumbs up. Definitely make sure to check out BitYard, as I did link them in the description. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.